We're in Palm Beach area. This is one of the nicest, luxurious shopping center in the area. Extremely wealthy people are here. You gotta make quite a bit of money to live in this area. House can be like north of $10-20 million. So this is Florida, probably one of the most luxurious area in Florida. As you can see, this is like a pretty nice area here. Some of the art pieces here are like $40,000-$50,000 a piece. So there's a little nook in here where you can walk through. This reminds me of like walking through Italy. Terracotta roof. It's pretty cool. It's a coffee spot. Maybe I'll get some coffee over here. So this area is really nice. Lots of high-end area, like stuff to shop at. The building structure is very nice. Got terracotta roof. Also in the background, they have a little alley, kind of like in Italy, where you walk in and it's kind of like a bunch of stores inside of it. So if you're in Florida, I definitely would recommend you checking out this area for sure. So this is made out of bullets. Pretty amazing. So this is pretty cool. As you can see, it's made out of bullets. Imagine how many bullets you have to get to make this. And the timing, everything else in between, the creativity. What a table, right? So right now, I'm currently in the Palm Beach area, one of the nicest shopping area in the whole Florida, possibly the best, most richest. I mean, Bal Harbour in Miami is really nice, but this is a wealthy area. We're not talking about millionaires, we're talking about billionaires over here. So there's the beach right down the road. The shopping center, as you can see, I think I had a video on it for you guys before. As far as what's going on is on the back end of the stuff, the business, we are setting up the infrastructure right now. A lot of things that we need to work on, the customer or CSR, we need to actually have to get that on point. Software development is in researching phase at the moment. Web development is pretty much there. Social media managers is getting assigned. Also H&R, they work at 30-40% currently. What else? Marketing is getting there, is getting on point. Need some guidance and direction. And there's so many other moving parts. Management, we're still in the phase of recruiting right now. So a lot of things are going on, but everything is coming together. It's only been like, I guess 10 days or so. We probably got about 250 people on board. We're looking like we got about maybe 2,000-3,000 applications per day. We got to go through the process. A lot of things are happening. We're moving at a fast speed, but really we're still on the ground level right now. So yeah, lots of stuff are going on right now. So just want to give you guys an update on it, right? What's going on, people? So just got back to the place. Had a pretty cool eventful day. Went and checked out, Palm Beach. I've been to Palm Beach and West Palm a few times before, but never explored the shopping area over here. And recommended to go to Worth Avenue, which is pretty cool. So I went to the area and checked it out. I think you guys saw the video on it. A few interesting things that I ran into was I saw a panda, right? A huge panda that was made like with bullets. So that's like an extremely, crazy looking piece because it's gotta take like months and months, in order to achieve that. And you talk about bullets. So that's like alone, that's very expensive just for the material. The material alone is like, I would say at least 20, 30, 40 grand or something, just material alone. And the cool thing is, I saw a lot of, a lot of other stuff as well, but everything is quite expensive. Some painting over there, $40,000, $50,000. So you're talking about, just looking at like, if you feel like even just like a living room, that's just one piece. That's like $40,000, $50,000. And that's just like a small, like normal looking piece. Anything a little bit more special is, I would imagine that panda's got to be almost like close to $500,000 or something. So just one piece of art you're looking at, that's somebody's house right there, you know what I mean? So pretty interesting stuff. I mean, I'm still in the process of working while I travel and do things as well. So building out the team, obviously, like I mentioned before when I was over there, the CSR is very important. So I'm getting everything adjusted to train, my COO, CMO, and HR department and everything else in between while I travel. So one thing was kind of funny because, obviously the other day I mentioned that, I was talking to this attorney for a little bit and I guess she just got really mad or something. But yeah, she didn't really contact me back or whatever. So I was kind of surprised. But yeah, I would love to go to Barcelona in September. I mean, that would be pretty nice. So I told my COO that, I'm going to be depressed for the next 12 hours, right? So yeah, but pretty interesting story. Ran into some people, talked to them on the street actually, and a lot of people are really cool when you start talking to them. Everybody's got a story, right? Talked to an artist, this beautiful blonde at this place. So she was really nice. Then talked to like an older lady. She was from Chicago, so that was kind of cool. Walk to the beach and explore some of the area. I've been to the beach a few times over in this area. And it's pretty cool. I like it. I mean, but if you're in this area, you're talking about, you talk about wealth. Not just like rich, like, if you're just like regular rich, you can't afford anything in this area. It's ridiculous. Some houses are like 20, $30 million and up. It ranges between, like in the Palm Beach, you're talking about like, I think starting range with a half decent house is like 10 mil. So let's say a regular decent house is like 20 mil. So you're talking about if somebody make a half decent income, it's making like, 100 grand a year. And then after taxes, like 70 grand or whatever, let's just say 100 grand, right? That'll take them 200 years, right? To buy one house. And obviously I know a little bit about real estate. I've been in it, I've done it. So you're talking about these people, they don't just own like one property. Most likely they own multiple, right? So you either have to do like something extremely extraordinary, in order to achieve that kind of wealth, or it's generational wealth because, you can't like really make it like at a regular job. There's really no way. I mean, unless you bought a lottery ticket or you trade like some type of stock that, went up, but or some kind of really successful business. But I feel like a lot of it, the people you see over there are, you can tell it's generational wealth, you know what I mean? So that's my 2 cents on it, yeah. So I guess let's talk about the business a little bit. It's been, quite, I guess in a way, very, I don't know, everything's come together a little bit. I mean, past few days have been a little bit hectic to get everything situated. There's like influx of people coming in. There's like spammers, freelancers, business owner, haters, etc., etc. So we're still pretty weak on our CSR, which is customer service relation. And we're actually getting it, together right now and the other department as well. And also, we have a lot of doctors and, I guess bioengineering, I guess biomedical people coming in. So we're going to open a department that serves the medical field as well. The infrastructure is got to be solid and strong because we're going to build something huge, right? So basically, I guess we're gonna have a bunch of departments and everything is getting, adjusted right now. Get some managers in place, team leaders, and I'm in the process of training my COO and CMO to, kind of take charge because I can't, I'm one person. I can't make all the decisions all the time, right? So I would rely on them to actually manage because we're gonna build a huge infrastructure that can serve, hundreds of millions of people. So we're gonna have, a lot of people coming in and it's gonna be like amazing, but we need a strong, solid foundation before we actually scale. So I'm not really, as far as scaling wise, that's something that's very familiar to me. And we actually at marketing right now, we're actually probably about 5 to 10% of where we can like go. We can actually go way more. We're actually only at the I guess 5 to 10% currently, and we got like 2,000 applications a day already. And once we scale even more, then we can get way more. But if we don't have the infrastructure and the CSR to provide great customer relations, then we're not gonna it's not gonna work out because a few feedback here and there can ruin your reputation and things like that. So definitely we have to get that in line before we can move ahead. On another note, I got a few people reaching out to me to come on the podcast lately. So I'm actually gonna go on, I guess, my first podcast next week, and I guess it'll be kind of interesting because this is the reason why I want to do this because I've been in the background doing things. I haven't really I guess been in front of the camera that much. So this is quite like a new experience for me, right? And that is definitely a learning experience because talking to a camera and talking to a person is a whole different thing, right? You got to stare straight into the camera and instead of just like you can look anywhere when you're talking to somebody, right? But yeah, it's pretty exciting. So currently we got like I guess like 230, 240 people in our team, and I have a feeling we're gonna have, I guess maybe within 6 months, we're gonna have at least 10,000 or more. If things work out, then maybe 100,000 by the like 1 year from now. So we'll see where it goes. But yeah, I'm still in the process of setting up the infrastructure at the moment. And like I said, I'm still depressed for the next 12 hours because the attorney, this beautiful, gorgeous girl from Barcelona, who's an attorney that haven't contacted me back. So if she's watching, then, she should contact me, right? Anyways, so a lot of stuff are coming up and, lots of business, personal things cool, and, exploring this area is really nice. If you guys ever get a chance to come to Florida, check out West Palm area, Palm Beach area. It's really, really nice. Restaurants are a little bit pricey. You're talking about $100, a little bit more to if you want to eat like a nice place. So price is a little bit more, on the upper echelon type of deal. But it's definitely nice to explore. Lots and lots of like really nice shopping. The beach is pretty. It's very, there's yachts, all types of stuff, really nice houses. You can definitely feel it in the area that you're in, a nice, luxurious area. But it's definitely not like Miami vibe where it's more like crowded and, a little bit more dirtier, I would say. It's definitely a lot cleaner and kind of like a little bit older type of like wealth. You can just feel it when you walk around. I travel to, a few places here and there, like, so I have a pretty good idea of like how to compare, different cities and things like that. Usually I'm more towards the west coast of Florida, and this is the east coast of Florida. So where we at is, like there's like West Palm, there's like Boca, there's like Palm Beach, there's was it Fort Lauderdale, there's Miami. So it's on the west side of things. So yeah, I guess that'll be it for now. And then that's my second vlog, and I hope you guys enjoy watching.